Hey, how y'all doing today? Welcome to my camping rig. Got my fishing pole, if you can see it, right over there. That's what that black rod is right there. A little tackle box. Just a little one, another one. And I got the other ones in the closet. 12-volt battery with if you can see up under there, inverter. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about a response, kind of a response to a response. I watched Roy Will Be Roy, and he had a response video to Pedro DoorDash Santiago's video. I was just going to make a comment back on Roy Will Be Roy's video, but apparently they have a character limit on the comment section. So I'm just going to read you what I had written, and that'll be it. This is not any sort of argument or anything even remotely close to that. It's just another view on what you have said. Plus, talking about Roy Will Be Roy. Plus, I do agree with you for the most part, so no disrespect at all. So don't take it personal. This is just in my opinion. First off, I am all for freedom of choices and all that. I remember when you didn't have to wear a seatbelt, and most of us resisted but finally gave in. I still say it should be a choice, but you can't argue the fact that in most cases they do help prevent fatal accidents. Wouldn't say they prevent them all, but they do help. Now, as far as firearms go, handguns to be more specific, here in Texas they made it legal for most any Texas citizens to open carry, while for our generation that isn't so bad, because most people, talking about my generation, you know, the older people that had a little bit of raising out in the country a little bit, and there's around weapons, firearms. Generation, that isn't too bad, because most people my age have shot guns at some point in their life, and in some cases, such as mine, I've always been around guns. But to turn folks loose with a deadly weapon who have no concept of the power in their hand or the dangers that anything in front of that barrel face, no matter which side that barrel's facing. I'm talking about ricochets. If you don't know what ricochets is, you don't need to be shooting a gun. Everyone has a right to bear arms, no questioning that. But nobody without any concept of how to handle a firearm should have the right to carry or even own a gun without some sort of training by someone who knows what they're talking about. Not just somebody that shot a BB gun when they were 7 years old. Now, lastly, and this is where I hope people don't get too offended, this is just my opinion. Measles killed thousands and was spread just like COVID. The vaccine was developed and started being administered in 1963. That was 2 years before I was born. It was improved by 1968 because people took the vaccine, and studies as well as tests made the improvements possible for future generations. Same thing with polio, smallpox, and others. I'm sure some people resisted because it was new, and a lot of people did not trust doctors back then. A bunch still don't trust doctors, but back then, I remember a lot of older folks, there ain't no way they's going to go to the doctor. Well, something wasn't wrong with you, it would be before you left. That was their mentality. However, because the vaccines were pushed, most of those old life-threatening diseases were eradicated. I'm not saying that the government or anyone else has a right to force this vaccine on anyone. However, it is important for our future generations that studies be made and continue to be made And without people taking the vaccine, studies for improvement cannot be made. As far as still being able to contract and possibly die, even if vaccinated goes, yes, that is true. However, the studies makes facts, and the facts are the severity of the illness is reduced, and the likelihood of death is also substantially reduced. So while it is not 100%, I personally rather be 80% or so less likely to die from the disease than take a chance of being sick and possibly dying because I chose not to take the vaccine. Of course, I will say it again, it should not be forced, but rather each one of our own decisions. Just remember, our decisions are not just for us. They're for our future generations. We're all entitled to the freedom of choice. Just make sure you're making your choice and not being influenced by others. So, with that being said, it's pretty simple. It's your choice. But just remember, that choice that you make affects your children and your children's children and future generations. So let's just put it straight up, without being guinea pigs, our little guinea pigs ain't going to have a chance to become guinea pigs. And I know it's kind of silly, but it is what it is, you know. It takes studies, it takes tests, and without people taking these vaccines and stuff, you can't improve them. That's just simple fact. So it is your choice, but don't let media or somebody else or something else persuade you in either direction. Make it your choice. And that's what I believe in. It's your choice. It's not Hoochie Coo up there in Washington's choice, and it shouldn't be. He's trying to make it his mandate, but I don't really agree with that. It's your choice. Just make sure you're making the right one. And that's about all I got to say today. I'm going to get back inside where it's cool and keep smiling, dashing, dancing, prancing, or whatever it is you want to do. Just make sure you keep doing something, or you're going to grow old and get gray. Y'all take care, be safe out there, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.